Welcome the students of class 12. Now today I will discuss on the group 16 element. In the previous classes we have discussed on the group 15 elements. Now today from the same unit, that is P block elements, and this is the oxygen group. Now the oxygen group is also known as chalcogens because all the materials found in the earth crust, that is the ore form, are generally comes in the form of oxide, sulfides, etc. And as they are found in the ore form, so they are known as chalcogens or the ore. Next, what are the group members of group 16? Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. In the same way, just like the group 15, oxygen and sulfur are non-metals, and the selenium and tellurium are metalloids, and polonium are metal. So first of all, what are the group members? So group 16, it is oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. So first two members are first of all atomic number: oxygen 8, sulfur 16, 34, 66, and polonium 84. 66 and polonium 84. 34, this is 52 and 84. Now this is the atomic number. Now the first two elements are non-metal. These two elements are metalloids, and last one is the metal. So oxygen, sulfur are non-metal, selenium, tellurium metalloids, and polonium is the metal. Oxygen found in the gaseous form, that is in O2. Sulfur, selenium, and tellurium found in the solid form, and also polonium found in the solid form. But sulfur, selenium, tellurium found in the S8, Se8, and Te8, that is in polyatomic form, and polonium is the metallic form, that is monoatomic form. So oxygen is gaseous in nature, and all other except the oxygen is solid in nature, right? So these are the physical states of the group 16 elements. Next one, that is atomic radius. Now atomic radius is a periodic property. Now atomic radius of group 16 element is less than that of the previous one, but for the nitrogen it is there is a question, that is the first ionization potential is less than that of the nitrogen, because of here in the nitrogen the electronic distribution is similar in the s and p orbital, but in oxygen it is 2s2 2p4. So in nitrogen it is 2s2 2p3, but in oxygen it is 2s2 2p4. So as in nitrogen there is a symmetrical distribution of electron, but in oxygen here one electron greater in the p orbital, it is 2s 2p 2s 2p. For this reason the first ionization potential of oxygen is less than that of the nitrogen, and the value is, for nitrogen it is equal to 1402 kilojoule per mole inverse, for oxygen it is equal to 1314 kilojoule per mole inverse. But if we follow the second ionization potential, then the order is reversed, that is the value for nitrogen is equal to 2856 kilojoule per mole inverse, but that of oxygen is equal to 3388 kilojoule per mole inverse. What is the reason behind it? Now if one electron is eliminated from here, it becomes this and it becomes this. So oxygen becomes the symmetrical distribution of electron throughout the orbitals, but here the asymmetrical distribution of electron, and for this reason the discrepancy in the ionization potential value of the second ionization potential value is changes. So the question is, the first ionization potential of oxygen is less than that of the nitrogen, but it is reverse in case of second ionization potential. Why? It can be explained by using the distribution of electron. Next, atomic radius. Radius first of all increases from left to right. So here the radius, that is ionic radius or atomic radius, first of all from left to right it is decreases, and then from top to bottom it is increases. Now next one, that is electron gain enthalpy. Oxygen has the least electron gain enthalpy in the group. Why? Because as we know that oxygen as being a small size, and there is highly electronic charge is distributed throughout the periphery of the oxygen molecule, and for this reason it has a least value of negative electron gain enthalpy. Next one, catenation. So maximum catenation is observed in case of sulfur, that is S8, and it is also stable, that is rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur. This is bound by the covalent bonding between the sulfur atom. Next one, metallic or non-metallic character. We have already discussed that oxygen and sulfur are non-metal, selenium, tellurium metalloids, and polonium is the metal. So these are, that is the property, that is atomic radius, ionization potential, electron gain enthalpy, catenation, metallic and non-metallic radius. This comes under the physical characteristics. Now second point, that is chemical characteristics or chemical properties. So chemical property. First of all, under the chemical properties, here we have to discuss the oxidation state. Oxidation state. Now, for the group 16 element, in the same manner for the nitrogen group also, here +2, that is the positive and negative oxidation states are followed. Positive and negative oxidation state. Oxidation state. So when electron is shared with another element, then it is with negative, and when electron is gained, then it is positive. Now for example, oxygen, here a compound, that is CaO. Here oxygen is O2 minus, so here negative oxidation state is followed. In the same way, Na2O, here also O2 minus. In the example Na2S, here also S2 minus, that is these are the negative oxidation states. Now in the same way, positive oxidation state, that is sharing of electron. Here sharing of electron is observed in case of sulfur. We can easily explain it by using sulfur. Just follow the electronic distribution of sulfur. Sulfur, that is 3s2 3p4, 3s2 3p4, and 3d is left vacant. 3d 3p 3s. Now in the first excited state, what may happen? So one electron from here will go to the 3d state, forming 4 covalent bonding. In the same manner, from 3s one will goes to the 3d orbital. So here the maximum covalency will be observed, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 in the case of SF6. Here is the examples of valency. So +6 +4, these are the oxidation state followed by sulfur. Next one, that is hydrides. Next one is the hydrides. Hydrides. So we all know that the general water molecule H2O, it is a hydride of oxygen. In the same way, H2S, H2AC, H2TE, these are the oxides formed, and bond angle vary from H2O to H2TE because from the VACPR rule, here the structure is like that. Now as the size of the element is smaller, then the bond angle will be greater because of lone pair repulsion, and for this reason the value is H2O, it is equal to 104 degree. This is 104 degree, but in case of H2TE it is just about 90 degree. So here the deviation in bond angle can be explained by using VSEPR, that is lone pair repulsion is greater than lone pair, and then bond pair. Here lone pair repulsion is greater, forming a large bond angle, but here as tellurium size is greater, so here less deviation in the bond angle. Next one, H2O is liquid. Only H2O is liquid due to the hydrogen bonding. What is the reason of this? It is due to the hydrogen bonding, but the rest of these are gaseous in form. Next one, acidic character increases down the group because acidic character of these hydrides down the group as the bond dissociation energy is less. Here this bond dissociation energy is less, so acidity is greater in case of H2TE. So acidity is increases from top to bottom. And last one, that is acidic character. We have already discussed. Others are gasetic, that is H2O is liquid and others are gas. And reducing strength also increases down the group, also the same reason, that is due to the less bond dissociation enthalpy for the case of H2OTE. So this is maximum acidic, here it is maximum reducing. So on the next class we will discuss on the further property, that is the chemical property of the group 16 elements. So carefully study the NCERT textbook and also write down the point basis note for your respect. Thank you.